chapel list?
Oh no, I didn't see that yet. You got that on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys see this list? At the first chapel, the first one, number 1, before anyone else.
You got the first chapel.
What's chapel?
Dr. Hall, we need to have a meeting right now.
What's up, Taylor?
Well, don't know if you're aware of this, but they have released the chapel list, and guess who was first on that list? Me. So
That was purposeful.
we're gonna have to change that.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. You
Really?
gotta stick with money.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
How about $5?
Yeah.
Mr. Hamilton, like really, they gave me the first chapel. Can you believe that?
Taylor, I can offer tech support, not emotional support.
Oh my god, like the deadline is so close. It's like so close. I don't know if I can pull it off. I need to get it done.
Taylor,
Still not.
I'm your advisor, not your psychologist.
So I think they're out to get me. I mean, they gave me the first chapel. Like the first chapel.
Puedes tomar francés.
So, like, what if they don't like me? What if they start throwing tomatoes at me?
Retourne a la sala de español.
I'm not even gonna be able to write a chapel. I mean, that's like so much writing.
Taylor, pick up the pace!
I just don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't do it. Do you think it's neophobia?
Fear new things? No.
Do you think it's arachnophobia?
Probably. Spiders are really scary.
What about...
Taylor, you got anxiety.
Taylor, aren't you supposed to be at a field hockey game?
Mom, we're on the clock here.
Are you writing this down?
Taylor, no. I draw a giraffe.
How's everyone doing this morning? It's good. Great job, Avery. It's not easy getting up here. As you saw in that video, I had a lot of anxiety over being the first chapel. Lots of people have anxiety over doing new things, being in new situations, or not knowing how things are going to turn out. When you have anxiety about something, you have a choice. You could sit home and do nothing, let your anxiety control you, or you could get over your anxiety and experience life. I'm going to talk to you about 3 situations when I had that choice. Golf camp. 2 years ago, I had never golfed before and decided to sign up for golf camp to learn how. I wasn't worried about learning how to golf. I'm already really great at Wii golf. Heck, I could beat Floyd Mayweather in Wii boxing. I was not worried about golfing. I was worried about who was going to be there and what it was going to be like. The first day when I showed up, there were about 4 other kids there. They were all 8 and maybe this tall. I quickly found out that I actually didn't know anything about golf, and all 8-year-olds do is complain all day. Hi Ryan, love you. It was a week of mulligans and being picked on by 8-year-olds. I was not looking forward to the next session. I had a week off before having to return to golf camp, and it was spent worrying and coming up with excuses about how I could not go back. After endless failed attempts of trying to skip camp, I realized that I was going to have to go. The golf club was about 20 minutes away from my house, but the ride there that morning felt like hours. Once we finally arrived, I took as long as I could to rearrange my golf clubs in my bag and take my bag out of the car. I showed up, signed in, and decided to sit as far away from everyone as possible. Now, there were about 20 kids there this week, so I just imagined 20 kids picking on me versus the 4 from the previous week. So, I had a plan. My plan was just to survive. Just make it through. Within a matter of minutes, I felt a tap on my shoulder. Hey, what's your name? There was 3 girls all around my age. Thank God they were not more 8-year-olds. Over the remainder of golf camp, I made 3 great friends that I still talk to today, and even learned a thing or two about golf. My first year of golf camp was a bit rough, but in the end, I made friends and still go back every summer to improve my game. My second story, Florida. So as you may have guessed, this happened on the 7th grade Florida trip. Now, I was not afraid of going to Florida. Come on, I made it through Echo Hill. The first day was fine. We didn't do much. Felt like we spent the majority of the day driving and in airports and driving some more. I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about having to go snorkeling the next day. See, I had a little incident a few years back. I was swimming out to a dock in a lake and was viciously attacked by a feisty group of minnows that were out to get me. That was the last time I swam in anything other than a pool. You can imagine how I felt when I learned that we would be swimming with the cows of the sea. Day 2 in Florida. I find myself in a dive shop in Tampa. I already could see the teachers giving everyone who didn't want to go snorkeling a hard time. I decided to put on a wetsuit to avoid the lecture, and I was just going to back out at the last second on the boat. While riding the bus to the marina, Mrs. Z, who is still trying to counsel the aquaphobes, stands up from her seat as she points at me and she says, "Guys, look at Taylor. She is terrified of going in the water, and she's going to go in. Great job, Taylor." No pressure there, Mrs. Z. After a few lectures and an instructional video, we're all on the boat standing in line, ready to get in the water. I let everyone go in front of me, except for the people who'd be like, "No, it's okay, you could go first." Don't get me wrong, these people are great on bake sale days, but not when you don't want to get in the water. I lowered myself down the ladder slowly, as if the water was cold, but I couldn't really tell because I was so nervous that I couldn't feel my legs. I decided that I would swim away from my fellow panickers and towards the relaxed snorkelers. As I swam away, I took a deep breath and looked below me. What appeared was a majestical creature. It could be described as a fat, bald, flippered unicorn without a horn. One glimpse of the slow-moving, gentle giant, and all my fear and anxiety about fish went away. I spent the rest of the day swimming in the Crystal River of Florida, learning the real truth about Golden Corral. False advertising. This is my third and final story, and it all started when my sister began playing on a soccer team for GUIA. My mom kept getting these emails for this thing called High Five Soccer. High Five Soccer is a program for special needs kids. It's an opportunity for teens to volunteer with the special needs children and play soccer-like games. So my mom signed me up for this, and I wasn't even nervous until we pulled in. The first weekend we met inside for training. When we arrived, I realized that almost everyone attending had driven themselves there. So there are about 60 teens in the bleachers. I naturally sit myself next to the person who looks the youngest. Then Coach Matt, the head of High Five Soccer, says, "If you're here for your senior project, would you please stand up?" The kid next to me with over half of the other kids stood up. At this point, I was panicked because I realized that I was going to be the youngest there. But it only got worse. Since it was only our training session and we had yet to meet the kids, the coach explained some of the disabilities and traits the kids had and how to deal with them. So now, not only was I terrified because I was going to be the youngest, but I learned that I could be paired with a biter, or even worse, a hugger. The following week, I tried everything in my power to get out of going to High Five. I pretended that I forgot about High Five, that I forgot stuff at home. I pretended to be sick. I pretended to be injured, but my mom still made me go. I show up, and like in my earlier stories, I pretended not to be there and just wanted to get it over with as quick as possible. After anxiously pacing the field for about 10 minutes, I decided to talk to some of the other teens. It turns out they were all actually really cool, except for the kid who asked me to prom. He was kind of creepy. I had the opportunity while I was there to be paired up with them and different special needs children throughout the program. There is never a dull moment when you're surrounded by children who aren't usually able to play soccer but get the opportunity to. I came to realize that these kids were doing it right. They always came in confident, excited, and prepared, never anxious or worried, and they always had the most insane amount of fun. I came there to teach those kids, but it turns out that they were the ones who taught me. Fortunately, I was not bitten, but those kids will not let anyone, and I mean anyone, leave without a hug. Listen, we all have anxiety every day. It might be when you didn't realize you had a test, when you wake up late for school, when you lose your phone, or when you have to give a presentation in front of the class. Some people let their anxiety dictate their life. Don't be one of them. If you do, you're going to miss out on so many lessons, experiences, people, and just so much. One of the most important skills you can ever learn is to push through your anxiety and do it. Whatever it is, just do it. Now, I want you to think for a second about what your favorite thing to do is. Now, imagine this. You're scared. No, you're not scared. You're terrified. And whatever it is, you're so terrified, you won't even do it. Now, whatever this is, a sport or a hobby, imagine your life without it. And whose fault would it be? It would be your own fault that you missed out because you were scared. I can't imagine how my life would have been if I would have stayed on the boat, if I would have stayed home and not gone to golf camp, or if I would have got away with pretending that I couldn't go to high five soccer. If I had let my anxiety get the best of me, I wouldn't be up here telling you not to let your anxiety get the best of you. The memories from these experiences were irreplaceable. They've become part of my life story and helped make me who I am today. Everyone here is so fortunate to be a part of Montgomery School. Unlike Montgomery School, most other schools just simply don't have the ability or the resources to truly make a difference in their students' lives. Here, if you don't understand something, there will be someone willing to take their time and explain it to you. There aren't many places like that. Montgomery supports you in whatever you want to do. If you want to go play basketball, there will be a spot on the team for you, and as much help as you could ever want. Your life is your own personal story, and you awake every morning with a blank page to start writing a new chapter. You want to fill each chapter with amazing experiences and things that you accomplished, not stories of what you missed out on because you let your anxiety get the best of you. Montgomery affords all of its students with opportunities to start your book and the stories of enriched experiences and exciting adventures. Take advantage of it. Thank you. Have a nice day.